Hey everyone, my voice is audible. Alright, I hope my voice is audible. My screen is visible. My voice is audible. If you are first time in this live stream, so last 128, almost 129 days, I'm just working on this project. So this project is all about AI tools. It's a SaaS platform to automate business workflow and business operation. And this is my today's plan. Like I have to do this type of tasks. So I'm using Notion to organize my tasks. So if you look at, I have today is June 12th, and I have these tasks. I have to, and also if you look at the execution block when I have to work on it, and the effort and the task size and the priority, which means yeah, like my AI will act as a assistance. So internally, it automates the entire workflow. For example, let's say if you want to research, okay, so just you have to give a prompt and AI can research for you about maybe your product direction, your business notes, about slide, yeah, all the stuff. And let's say if you want to break your tasks into a very organized and visual way. So you can ask AI to create a mind map or flow chart. So it's kind of like visualizing your task. So yeah, in this project we have two surface. One is a canvas where you can entirely visualize your complex task, and on the document surface you can organize your entire workflow or and these two parts will be automated by AI. So you don't need to do anything manually. That's the concept of this project. So I already finished 80% of my project, and now I have only UI related tasks to do. So if you look at, this is my wall UI related task. So one by one, I just fix. So first I start with architecture cleanup, because I have to fix my old pattern in the UI layer. And this is my entire code base uh, documenting. Here I document my entire code base, like the flow, the execution pattern, the architecture, and phase by phase I will go and fix. If you look at, I have entire my project documenting. So I just document, I just, yeah, each and everything, so that I can understand what I'm doing, because I am iterating so fast. So that's why if you are building any application, so you have to document, because your target is to launch your startup. Or so in this project I have more than nowadays 900 plus files. That's huge. So it's become very hard. It's very hard to maintain. That's why I need some documenting. That's why I document. Anyways, otherwise you cannot understand, or yeah, AI cannot help you out. If you have agent or resource, you can use any code editor. Yeah, but you have to pay for it. But if you understand your code base architecture, it becomes very easy for you to refactor, or maybe breaking down your code, or fixing. Then you become a pro developer. I hope that makes sense. As you see, I also organize my current code base folder. Why? You can see, I most of the time I provide my code base, so that AI chat system can understand my entire code base. Otherwise, once chat session writing code, it always messed up the import. So if you provide your entire files structure and folder structure, so AI fully handle each and everything in a right way. now, as you can see, well, as I said, um, I refactor more than 10 times this project. So it takes time. And nowadays, if you look at this project structure, it's so scalable and each layer handle their own responsibility. So this code pretty much production ready and enterprise level. This type of code you cannot see on YouTube because nobody can share. So it takes 129 days because of like as I said, I change my product direction, my architecture, and even the stack, tech stack. So I just evolve. Alright. So if you look at like if you work on any production ready code base, then you can understand like what I'm saying. Like let me share. So this code base is very scalable. For example, let's say if you want to change my database, I have to change one file, just one file. I can migrate my MongoDB to any other SQL database. So each layer cannot couple with other layer, right? So and even why this type of code is very important. Like if you are bringing your team member, okay. So today plan is as I said earlier. mm, this is a plan. I think I already have to do list and yeah. So this is the plan. So each task I have to complete. Okay, so this is the plan. Like so, as I'm just refactoring my UI layer, and because in this project I don't have a backend concept because this is a real time collaborative platform. So I follow a runtime centric approach. This is called collaborative runtime. So this is the source of truth, which means this act as a backend. Right now, for example, if you for example, let's say if you want to create a microservers or microservices, you can just get out of this entire of code base into somewhere else. It doesn't affect your other code part because it's so separable, and you can you can apply unit tests, right? So this project is built with Next.js. So yeah, so let's say if you want to write this entire code with Python or maybe other programming language, you can do that. That's I'm talking about the separation of concern. Right. On YouTube, so before this project, I used to upload a YouTube tutorial, and I already upload 10 project. It was kind of like Amazon clone, a food delivery app, like a YouTube clone or Spotify. I just built one project within 10 days with help of AI. But if you look at that project and this project, there is a thousand time difference. So that project just for tutorial, which means I just implement. But here I follow all the like architectural rules, boundaries, each and everything. Because in real code base, you cannot mess around. Like if you don't understand English, that's I think because uh, in this live stream I talk in English. So and even if you look at my video, particularly in this channel, uh, on this channel, I usually upload in English language. When you say which model I'm using, like are you referring AI model or what? कौन सा AI model use कर रहे हो? Okay, so right now it's depend on task. So if task is very simple, as a code editor, I have like cursor, VS Code. So inside VS Code, I have like codex, cloud code, but I'm not. If you look at my last message 4 weeks ago, and if you look at codex, my last message was I think 2 weeks ago. So nowadays I'm not using much more codex or cloud or any code editor tools. I'm doing manually because this project is very huge. So yeah, not just you have to refactor. So I know exactly where I have to refactor. So that's why I do manually. Otherwise, if I run any AI agent, it takes more than 1 million token to understand the just code base. So per chat, it takes more than 1 million token and it becomes very expensive. But I can do manually. So that's why I'm not using any. And even though I understand very well, so that's why I don't know. Uh, this is the reason I'm just documenting. Yeah. Mm. This is my surface code base from runtime folder structure. So you can understand what type of code base I have. As you see, I just provide my code base and some prompt. So now this chat session can understand my code base. If any mismatch, and so it can predict some things. Because right now I'm just refactoring these things. So this type of code base I have to provide. The first one is a canvas runtime facade. So so here I have facade, the surface, and canvas orchestration, and then this is the facade, canvas facade. Here, why I'm doing this? Because here I'm just providing uh, context. The more context and accurate I provide, the more reliable and predictable it can be. Because I will ask follow-up question. Maybe I want the right answer the way I want. So here I'm just providing right information and my architectural. And even I already uploaded my entire architecture inside resource. So yeah, so this chatbot or chat session can bring those resource into the context. So this is the code base you are asking for from phase one. And I provide the three files. And now you said to create two new files. So after reviewing this code base and architecture flow, now you tell me, do I need the new two files and why? If I need them, then you have to create in production ready way. As you suggest me recently use individually canvas command and document command, but these two things I already handle inside this canvas command types, and then I use inside my facade. So what do you think? Your suggestion is right or my approach is right? Tell me clearly. Now about phase one, I already provide you my three code base. One is canvas facade, document facade, and board bootstrap. So they are connected. So this phase one is already connected, and am I right? So right now, if you guys are first time in my live stream, so please subscribe this channel and give this like, because until I complete my entire project, every single day you can see a live stream and almost 14 hours a day. And right now I'm just making sure my entire architecture and pipeline, because I need to modify my UI layer. Now I am reviewing phase 2, selection ownership. Now I want you to review the code base and tell me, is that align with my current pattern and my architecture boundaries. So now, as you see, I just provide my current architecture rules and execution flow to AI chat so that chat can understand understand what I'm building, why I'm building, how I'm building. So now I want to provide my boundaries rules. Now you can see how I organize my code base. So now, yeah, so that's why easily I can provide context to AI. But also, if someone wants to work with you, they cannot understand this complex and big project. So you have to provide the document. So I have to provide renderer, React Flow, projection case. So here I'm just providing the context in this chat session so that I can ask follow-up question or follow-up answer. These are my canvas surface related projection case. So I want you, based on my architecture boundaries, just review and tell me how can it would be used to lower stream or downstream. I want to fix my UI layer. So that's why I'm fixing my upper layer and downstream. And second thing is I didn't apply selection related code base from commands because selection is all about UI state. So I have the remaining tasks to do. You can also tell me how can I fix that or create that type of logic in which uh, code base or folder. So I have some to do. Here is the to do things I have to do. I think. Alright, so that's I change it. This one. First of all, I didn't apply any of those set selection, clear selection. This is just I give you. I had planned this way, but I didn't apply. So I'm asking about you. What would be the type of code base, or how can I handle a selection, clear selection, add selection, remove selection? So yeah, as you said, I already handle inside my projection cache. So tell me how can I use it? Yeah, because right now I'm not confirm or I'm not sure. Hi everybody. So yeah, so now now you can see how it's very easy if you define your architecture rules. So I define, and now I also understand and follow my architecture rules. So live blocks, it's a real-time collaborative infrastructure. In my architecture, it's owns reality, which means source of truth, and then the runtime graph state. This is just own meaning, semantic meaning, and then projection, which owns representation, and then Zustand owns cache, and then React Flow owns rendering, and UI owns interaction. That's it. So now AI can understand. Okay, this type of architecture rules I have to follow. So far, that makes sense. I hope so. That's this is my ultimate goal to show this live stream how I actually utilize the given resource, right? Because it's not easy to work on a very big project, or especially if you are alone. So you have to understand your entire code base. And as I said earlier, my code base is more than 900 plus files, over 60,000 lines of code. As you see, like These three features I have to implement. So now I want you, can you review my uh, interaction slice and tell me whether I implement it or not. If the answer is not, you can add it and fix it. But before doing that, I want you what selection is mean on my architecture, particularly in any canvas related uh, platform. Why do you need? What is what is these features called? Like yeah, what these features mean? The following. Now I want you to implement all those missing operation which a Miro or other top platform allows user to do. So I also want to do that so that it can feel same canvas style application. So can we add all those necessary operation including AI? Because yeah, AI also need those as well. Fix it and provide the files again. Now fix it. And the file name now it has, because now it's not called iStore, it's called canvas projection cache.ts. That's right, or I have to call store. So right now, as you can see, I'm just refactoring and understanding my architecture because I already recently I refactor my backend and the downstream. So I have to consume the new code inside my UI layer. So I have to fix my entire UI layer. That's I'm just researching and I already plan how can I do that, and I'm just doing it. Now, based on this phase two concern, my as I provide my entire projection uh, layer code base from canvas surface. So these are all good, or is there anything? Just tell me, so I can confirm this code base is right, so that the downstream can consume it. Yeah, I remove all the selection command, those files, and I implement your solution. Now tell me. Now I want you to tell me how can I organize this selection ownership and related all operation so that it can become a production ready and downstream can easily consume and it can scale. So is there any code base or any files or folder you need to add so it becomes very easy or anything you have to modify? If you think yes, then first tell me the new folder structure and then tell me should I need to update this file or not. This is my current selection. And now, as you said, you have to add selection selector and selection accent. And I want to create those two files in production ready way and also update this file as well so that the entire code base can align and then provide this three file so I can copy paste. And remember, you have to add all necessary features and which means operation. Don't add the advanced right now, including AI. after implementing the new projection cache folder code base. Now it cover all the things and follow my architectural ownership rules, and now it is prepared to to be consumed by downstream layer. Am I right? So downstream layer can easily consume it, and so now as you can see, I have fixed this my phase two. Right, I fixed these things. Now I will refactor phase three the tool system, and if I look at my tasks, so today I have this is the today's plan. So I just validate and it's now okay. Which will this cache. So now I have to okay plan and then done, and also architecture cleanup I did done, and also and this selection ownership also complete done. This one also I'm just in progress. Right. So yeah, this way I work. So I plan the tasks digitally and also physically. And physically means if I say you can understand, I have multiple things. So this is my notebooks. Like this is my notebooks, and also I have another notebooks. This is the notebook you can see, and I have also the to-do list like this.